Okay, so if you haven't done so already, what I want you to do is click the link directly underneath this video, and it's going to open up this page like what you see in front of you. And the first thing that you should do, if you haven't done so already, is put your industry and put your city. Now, I do live in Kissimmee, Florida, Celebration, Florida, and but I'm going to use an example of carpet cleaning. I'm not a carpet cleaning. I was a carpet cleaner. That was one of my jobs that I did have for a short period of time when I got out of high school. But I'm going to use that as an example. Okay, so I put my industry and where I'm located, and I'm going to click continue. Now in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to map your customers and competition suppliers. We did compare your business to your industry's competitors. We did that in the last step. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to map your customers, competitors, suppliers. So let's just wait for this to load up for just a second here. Okay, so as you can see here, it lists some of the companies. So there's number one, and if you can see on the map, you see where number one is? It turns orange. So pay attention to this right here. So if I put my cursor there, it shows me my competition. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I might have to scroll down the page here just a little bit. Okay, so on the map it shows me my competitors. So number one, and then number two is way down there. Number two, number three, and it's showing me my competition, right? Now, if I look at this, if I scroll down the page even just a little bit more, so I'm viewing 1 of 10 of about 800 competitors. So I'm competing with let's say, as an example, if I was a carpet cleaner, I have 800 competitors. But really, for the most part, I only have to worry about 20% of those. Okay? Now, let me move the map around and let me show you where I live. Where's 192, 530, and then 192? Here it is. Okay. So this is the area that I live in. Now, as you can see here, I don't really have any competitors, do I? Now, so you see this spot right here? This is Celebration, Florida. This is where I live. Celebration, even though I'm in a vacation resort, live in a vacation resort. I don't live in a mansion or anything, but I do live in a vacation resort. If you've heard me talk about this in some of my other previous videos, I choose to live my life like I'm on a vacation. I don't need to make $1 billion, but I do want to live in a very, very nice area. It's a very nice high-end area. Celebration used to be owned by Disney. Well, part of it is still owned by Disney, but Celebration has been ranked within the top 5 safest communities throughout the entire country. So that's one of the reasons that I live here. And money is one of those, you know, in a previous video we talked about money does not buy happiness. Well, it buys you security, it buys you protection. So that is one of the things that it does buy you. And that's part of the reasons why, you know, if you're in the top 10% of income earners, you earn more, or you live an average of 12 years longer than the bottom 90%, because you are in a safer area, so you get to live longer, right? But this Celebration, Florida, like I said, is a very, very high-end area. And for around here, this is the Beverly Hills of this area. There's a lot of Disney executives that live back there, and, you know, from, you know, Universal Studios and some of these big executives from some of those areas. I've heard. I don't know if this is a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but I heard Larry Bird lives back there as well. The Disney Institute, which is their high-end business coaching program, is back in Celebration. It's like 1/7 of a mile away from my place. They have the Disney Cruise Line is back there, the corporate offices of that. So it's a very, very high-end area. As I did mention, I compared it to the Florida, or this area, the Beverly Hills version of this area. I will film some videos back in that area, but if you've ever seen the movie, you know, with Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop, and they're got this driving down this little alley. It's Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, but they got palm trees on both ends. It's really nice and it's really cool looking. But that's they have a little spot like this here as well. But the reason I want to point this out is that Celebration is a high-end area. A higher-end person is going to be more likely to have their carpets clean than a lower business. Okay, and as you can see in this area, this is a lot of this is Disney. So if you go up here, Disney owns all of this area. But we can go down International Drive. You see all this, but this is mostly Disney's area. But right here, these are some very high-end areas. There's a lot of them. So there's a gentleman by the name of Joe Polish. He was one of our customers at the last company that I worked for. Now, Joe Polish is a carpet cleaner as well, a very successful carpet cleaner. Now he does a lot of consulting and marketing, and one of his customers is Richard Branson, and he does work with Paula Abdul and Joe Sugarman, who created the blue blocker sunglasses. Very, very high-end, very successful individual, but he became successful because he learned marketing, this type of stuff that we're talking about here. And he was one of our customers at the last company that I worked for. But here you see Celebration, Florida, and what he did, what Joe Polish did is, keep in mind, remember, we want to look at quantum physics. In quantum physics, it says that we generate 80% of our revenue from 20% of our customers. So instead of focusing on the, get a $35 room or a $65 room that most carpet cleaners are going after, and doesn't mean that you need to stop that, but if you live in a community that does have a high-end area like what I'm talking about here, you want to focus on those high-end areas. So what Joe Polish did is he didn't focus on the poor. He didn't focus on the middle class. He focused on the wealthy and the rich. And because of that, he was able to do less work and make more money than all of his competitors. He became the number one guy, the number one most successful carpet cleaner within his industry, within his area of Arizona. So what we can do, again, is now that we know this, we can look at this map, look at the areas where we have some of the richest areas in our area, the high-end neighborhoods, and when we do our marketing, we could go ahead and focus on them. Now, there is a thing that we're going to talk about in a later video. It's called Every Door Direct Mail. And we can go ahead and do bulk direct mail for 17 cents, and we can advertise in these high-end areas, and that way we're focusing on the high-end individuals, the people who are more likely to buy our products and services. So this is just one aspect of this. Now, what we could, so you get to look at your competition. Now, here's another thing I want to show you. Since all of the carpet cleaner businesses are in this area, it makes sense that we want to stay out of that area and focus on this area. Look how far let's see how far we can go. And there's literally no competition here. Man, like Four Corners. Now that's kind of we're getting down into a lower end neighborhood in Four Corners, but there's a lot of places that I have no competition in, right? So yeah, we want to stay in. We want to do stuff like we want to market our businesses in the areas that we have no competition in. We're going to be able to be more successful with that as well. There was something else I was thinking of for just a moment here, but it kind of slipped my mind. Maybe it'll come back to me in a bit. So this is here's that part of it. Now, as we come back up to the pages, we can say sell to other businesses. Well, we would, if there was anybody, so categories of businesses that buy from you. Okay, so we want to put carpet cleaning. So what are the businesses that would buy from us? Okay. And we could go ahead and find those as well. So it gives us our Rhino carpet cleaning. We're not going to sell to another carpet cleaning, but who buys carpet cleaning products? Other businesses buy from, and then here's our suppliers. If we wanted to buy things from other businesses as well, it would show us all of that. Consumer expenditures. So it gives us, you know, some more data in here, apparel, you know, household operate, you know, there's other things that we could look at as well and do some other research here. But really, particularly in this video, I want you to see who your competitors are. And one of the things that we could do here is we're going to also share with you another advertising campaign where we can, when I say this word, I don't want you to think that you're being a jerk with it, but I'm going to show you in another video how to steal customers from your competitors. Now that sounds pretty ruthless when I say use those words, and it's not that we're looking to steal our customers from our competitors, but what we are doing is I'm going to show you how to create an advertising campaign where you can win the customers of your competitors, because again, our job as a business owner is to be able to provide more value than what any of our competitors are able to do. So that's what we're going to do in some of the other sales tools that we're going to provide you here. But for right now, you need to know how to do the research of where to market your businesses and where your competition is and things of that sort. So what I want you to do is, if you haven't done so already, click on the link below. You'll open up this software and start using it and research it and look for where the businesses are, your competitors are, and then you'll also have, by doing that, you'll have an idea of where you can go ahead and advertise your business. So I want you to go ahead and implement this, put this into action, and then we'll see you in our third and final step of this software, and that way we can go ahead and start focusing on our advertising and getting out there. Okay? But take care, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye now.